Shalom, this is Brother Amar from the Great Millstone Camp here in Philadelphia, giving our praises and due honor to Yahweh Shem Shah, Bashem Kakadash, to honor to the positive Great Millstone, and honors and salutations out there to the hopefully elect. I don't know, I had to say that super quick, man. I don't know why, but anyway, I got a video, and this video, I don't know what I'm gonna entitle it, but it's based upon this woman right here, and it's basically this woman on this television show. And what I found out is that she is actually, which you're gonna get more pictures, an Israelite. This woman right here, okay, is an Israelite, man. Her name is Natalie Morales. Okay, they say she's a journalist, but she is of Ephraimite descent. Now, again, I don't watch the show at all, like, but it'd be on TV, so sometimes it's on in the background, or you just flipping through channels or whatever. And it's like one of the local channels. She's on the talk show. I don't know how long she's been on there. I don't know nothing about this woman. But all I know is what she said while I was basically hearing it in the background. She blurted out, "I'm Puerto Rican." Oh no, she said my Puerto Rican side would come out. And I immediately like turned to the TV like, wait a minute, who just said that? And as I seen who said that, I'm like, hold up, my Puerto Rican. Like, huh? Wait a minute. So after like, days later, because I told myself, because I was busy with other shit, I gotta look her up, see who the fuck this person is. And lo and behold, yeah, man, it checks off. She's Puerto Rican. You go here, and you got scoffers out there gonna talk shit. Oh, it's not really. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. But you can tell the father is a simple ass coon ass Puerto Rican, bro. You can tell, man. You can fucking tell. I seen some of the Latin tribe or the men that look like this. They got this look, especially the ones like I said, the coons and the ones that's really into America, you know. And again, what does the scripture say? This is Hosea 7 and 8. It's Ephraim. Ephraim are the so-called Puerto Ricans, okay, rich port, or the Tainos or Boricua Indians, okay. That's where Esau, the island of Hispaniola, Esau or Columbus, he never made it over to the Americas. He just named everything, after America Vespucci. Just name everything like fuck it. This gonna be a North America, South America, okay. And then we just gonna name these other islands, you know, after what we want to call it, you know. And that's why we got our bywords now. Esau put those on us, okay. He called us Puerto Rican. He called us blacks, Negroes, African American. Esau put those names on us. Just like, for example, African American. Well, you got the word American. That goes back to Edomite. If he was an Edomite, Americo Vespucci. Okay, that was an Edomite. This one I know for sure. Leo Scipio Africanus. He was an Edomite, and he named the whole continent. To this day, even the people of that land, the Hamites, they refer to it as Africa. But you got Jakes running around saying they're Africans, but even if they spell it a certain way, sometimes they spell it with a fucking K and make it like it means something. It's the same shit. It came from a Edomite, just like Chedra Borgia. You worship a Edomite, okay? Chedra Borgia and Jesus Christ, it's the same person. That's an actual man that exists. Jesus Christ, the Edomite or Caucasian version, is an actual man. Okay? Esau is the devil. Even though this video is not about Esau. Esau being a so-called white man, or E for short, or Caucasian, or anyone that descends from the Edomite nation, you're Edomite. Okay? The people I mentioned, Amerigo Vespucci, Columbus, or Cristobal Colon, Leah Scipio Africanus, those are Edomites or Caucasians. Okay, and then you simple people out there, you figure it out. You should know what a Caucasian is, and you should already know what an Edomite is by now. Esau knows he's Esau, and I can tell you a story that attests that Esau even uses his name as his government, as his family name. Okay, so you can't tell us when we got the Bible is all we need, and then we got those little, articles or books, or whatever, that does what? It basically confirms or gives more evidence that what the Bible said, is facts. That's it. That's all it does. We don't need those other sources of material to tell us who the hell Esau is, man. We can find out in the scriptures. Okay, Esau, he knows he's an Edomite. Okay, so I'm not gonna go tit for tat and do all this BS to prove that to you, man. You should already. It's 2023 basically. Okay, Esau is at his end. We are in a short time right now, man, and you see what's going on. I don't, again, this video is supposed to be about this woman, this one woman, but no, I'm going into something else. But it's the spirit though. Just like us being over here, it's the spirit. Us, like Judah, the northern and the southern kingdom being over here, is prophecy. Okay, just like this woman looking the way she looked, is prophecy. Okay, let's read it again. Even though we didn't read it, I don't think we read the whole thing. This is Hosea 7 and 8. Ephraim, or the so-called Puerto Ricans. No, I didn't read this. It says he have mixed himself, and you can tell, man. I don't have to. Again, I don't have to go like just go into every little nook and cranny, man. I don't have to do that. It's like people should already know by now. Sometimes you do it and sometimes you don't. In this video, I'm not going to go into all the little minute details, just so you can understand what the hell I'm saying, man. The people that know, they know. Okay? What's understood doesn't need to be explained. Okay? The ones that understand, I don't need to explain. Okay? But only doing all this ranting because you got guys out there that they don't approve of this. They can't accept this. You got Israelites that look just like this guy, but you got you got Edomites that look like Israelites. Well, what about them? Are they Israelites? Since you only look at the flesh, you only look at what you see. Just like for me, for instance, I'm thinking this is a goddamn, look at her. Look at this motherfucker, man. You mean to tell me in the back or whatever, when you first see her, or your first impression of this woman, okay, you thinking of a Puerto Rican? Hell no, man. Hell no. You not thinking of that. And I can tell you my experience. What the fuck is this? I can tell you my experience. I had a woman that I swore up and down when we first met that this was a white woman. The way she looked, the way she acted, the way she talked. Even other brothers, they got family members that swear up and down that they Edomites. And in general, Puerto Ricans or Latino peoples, okay, of the Latino descent, so-called, of the Northern Kingdom, they literally put on a birth certificate. They family start doing it. They start doing it or carry on that trait of putting, or on a race or whatever, they put white. The woman I'm dealing with now, she's an Ephraimite, a Puerto Rican. She puts on everything she's white. He have mixed himself, and in us being in Esau's kingdom, what we going to do? We going to follow after the heathen, after the one that's in charge, and then we want to, again, prophecy is going to be fulfilled. That's why it says those are just like very small examples of Ephraim mixing himself among the people. What people? The other nations. Okay? Ephraim Even you can say even amongst Israelites, they gonna look different. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Okay, so you want like one side gonna be dark and one side gonna be light. No, check this out, right? Her name is Natalie. This woman name is Natalie Morales. Okay, you can do all the roles you want. I'm gonna just say it like I just said it. Okay, Natalie Morales. At the time, I didn't notice. I'm thinking that this is a straight up and down, white Edomite bred female. And lo and behold, but the spirit had it to where she blurted out something out of her mouth, and it caught my attention. And I was like, wait a minute, I gotta look this woman up. I gotta see if she's actually, who she say. Because you got a lot of Edomites that would basically say that they, especially Gad or Native American, or they would say they South American, yada yada. You already know you got those Edomites that literally basically transplant themselves amongst Jake. Okay, that's like Esau's little tactic. I'm not gonna go into all that. That's Esau's tactic to transplant himself amongst other nations and build amongst those nations. He'll build his seed or his empire amongst Jake or the other nations, man. But Esau, he can't make nobody. He can only make himself. You know what I'm saying? But Jake, they can make anything. Jake, we can our babies can be look like Edomites. Our babies can look like Israelites. Our babies can look like anything. Okay? Esau can't do that. He can only be himself. And that's part of his curse. And he's trying to get away from that. He can't. So again, going back to this, cake not turned. You want to have Israelites that look like the other nations, especially Esau. They gonna have everything, man. Even the mannerisms, the personality. I can give another testimony of a woman I know. Okay, up and down, like she thinks she's a white woman, but she's not. She's Hispanic or Ephraim. But but again, they've been like one of the brothers in the camp, the Bach. He uses this expression, Edomatized. Our people are fully converted, even physically looking like Esau. Like the Lord made it to where, hey, you want to worship the other nations? I'm gonna make you look like the other nations. Since you want to be nothing, a drop of a bucket, I'm gonna make you a drop of a bucket. You're not gonna mean shit to these other nations. Since you want to be the other nation so bad. So going back to the looks department, it's a prime example. And again, it's many examples, man. Okay, going back to one of the women I dated, I swore up and down that this was a white woman, bro. Up and down, like she was some Polish, cause she had like a Polish last name. Then I found out that that was her ex-husband's name, and I was the one, when whatever I had, like I don't know, but anyway, I made her change her name. She been had a divorce, but she basically wanted to start, fresh, whatever. Like, and just to throw it out there, man. When a woman divorces her husband, or however they leave or they separate, these women turn into the biggest fucking whores you will ever see. Like these women, they go through so many partners. It's unreal. After they get out of so-called marriage, it's like another woman. I got stories for days. Another woman, she was in a 10-year relationship. Soon as she got out that relationship, she was fucking everything, man. All black men. 10 years she's been with a Puerto Rican man. Soon as she got out that relationship, she was knocking down all Judites, man. But that was just a side note. These women are fucking whores, man. The one I'm talking about, like I ain't noticed till like wait later. Like she even had an affair with her husband, but she wanna. I don't know why. I mean, never mind, man. Going back to this story, man. She had a picture of her family. And I can tell, okay, every time, like when I first, when we first were seeing each other, going to her place or whatever, I kept seeing this damn picture, man, and it kept attracting my eye, like attracting my attention. I'm like, why every time I come here, I look at that picture, like even though I know it's her family, but I never really took a close look at it because in my mind I'm thinking, oh, that's a family, they Edomites, yada yada yada. I can clearly see her mom. Her mom is an Edomite, but her father was a Latino. I think I forget what tribe she's from. I think Zebulon or Naphtali. I think Naphtali, Naphthalia. Okay, but she was a straight up J. That shit blew my mind. Cause you would look at her, you would hear her, and you would be around her, who she is. Like you would think that's a Edomite, but no, her father was a Israelite. I finally looked at it, I'm like, wait a minute. I finally took the picture and looked at it. I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, wait a minute. Because I knew it was our family when I picked up the photo, but I actually started looking at it. I'm like, wait a minute. Because again, going back to what I originally said, I kept being attracted to that photo until I was like, let me pick this up and look at it. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm looking at this guy. I see the mother. I see her. Then I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm confused. Like, who the fuck is this? Was she adopted? Yada yada yada. Then I was like, who is this man in this photo? It's like, that's my father. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what are you? And then she told me who she was of Hispanic or Latino descent. She was from South America. Her father was an Israelite, or he is an Israelite. Okay, but that blew my mind. So this is one of many, 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 many stories. Okay, her father is one. I'm go into it, not fully, but he was an army brat. He was basically in the army, and what happens? They move throughout place to place throughout the world. Okay, just like Jake in the military. This is the same shit. Just like Jake going anywhere, man. What they gonna do? They gonna have sex with the woman, you know? And you can look at this like he looked like a simple ass nigga, man. I ain't gonna hold you. He looked super American. But guess what? Jake's is like that too. Jake, like the scriptures say, that the Lord's people deeds, or that his people became more wicked than the wicked. With the wicked in the Bible is Esau. And our people surpassed the deeds of the wicked. That's crazy. It said we surpassed. How the hell would we do that? How the hell? That's why Jake is bugged out right now, and that's why Jake, the Lord's want to slaughter 2/3 of them, cause they worse than the heathen. Okay, how has our turned into a degenerate plant? No, I ain't gonna read that, but I might have to cut a lot of this out. I didn't mean to be going on tangents and rants and adding this, that, and the third into the conversation, you know. But this shit blew my mind. And another thing, well, let's read it. I didn't even mean to even click on this, but this is her right here. Natalie Morales was born in Taiwan, again because of her father. He was in the army. He's in the Air Force. It says to a Brazilian mother, Asherite Penelope, and a Puerto Rican father, Ephraimite. Like, so no way around it. But again, you got, again, especially other Latinos, they'll go around saying they're Edomites. Or again, they will mix themselves among the other nations, but especially Edomites. Okay, that's why they call themselves Spanish now, because they think they Esau. They think they came from, Portugal or Spain, you know. But no, you've been destroyed, man. That's how it says it right here. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory. But Jake don't know that because of what? A lack of knowledge. They don't know who they are, so they think they Esau. Okay, or they follow after Then they worship him because Esau put himself, even though it says it in the scriptures, and that's why it talks about knowledge. Jacob would know that Esau literally put himself as the Most High and the Son and the Lord's people and the angels, and it changed all history, man. Even the other nations' history. He's everything except what the Most High created him to be. Esau. He's everything on the planet, but Esau is no longer on the planet. They just disappeared. But Esau would tell you up and down that he's everybody. But somehow Esau just died off. In the Roman Jewish wars, like as they would tell you. But the fucking Romans were Edomites. Like what the fuck. But anyway. So she's again Puerto Rican and Brazilian. Her name is Natalie Morales. Now check this out. Now let's go back to the scripture. It says a cake not turned. So again, you want to have Israelites or Ephraimites that's going to be dark. You want to have Ephraimites that's going to look like Edomites. Then you want to have Ephraimites that can go from a dark shade to them looking like pale than a motherfucker. The woman I'm with is the same way. Like because she looks like an Israelite, but then you got those Israelites that don't look like Israelites. The Israelites that do look like Israelites, that that they Jake, they can literally be pale than a motherfucker, man. But you won't question it because you know that they Israelites. But take this woman for example. I didn't know until she started talking about her Puerto Rican side. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? That shit blew my mind. And this is one of many, because it says what? Our people are the sand of the sea, man. We outnumber all the nations, man. So you mean to tell me this is impossible? No, it's not. It's all in the Bible. It's what we've been doing since our inception. Since the time we looked at the children of men, we was like, damn, they got some fine ass women. We started mixing our seed with them. It never stopped. It didn't stop in the first world. It's not going to stop here in Esau's world. And it's going to continue again in the kingdom. Okay? But we want to be in our full power and glory, man. In righteousness. Okay? But let's check this out. As we read this one more time. Ephraim, he had mixed himself because we are accounted for the seed. The seed comes from the man or the sperm, and the woman conceives the seed of a man. And in turn, 9 months later, they have a child because of that man's seed. And the woman is just an incubator. She's the earth. Okay? The earth is a woman. It's like you will plant your seed in the earth and it will grow whatever it yields, or what seed you put in it. Just like. And then we earthly, and we came from the earth as well. It's the same process. Okay? We came from the earth. So I don't know how people are making it so difficult. When we talk about the Lord being an Israelite from the tribe, it literally says it. Like it wasn't no immaculate conception. Anyway, that's another topic. But as you see here, Ephraim is a cake not turned. Now I'm gonna show you something very uncanny, man. I'm going to show you a strange anomaly. Now check this out. Okay, now this is Natalie Morales and Natalie Morales. This person right here, okay, and this person right here. They got the same names. I don't think they're related. They just got the same fucking names. But look at it. You can tell that she's an Israelite. You can tell. You can tell by looking at her. Before you even hear the sound of the name or the name in general, you can tell that's Jake. Look at her. Well, over here, before you even know her name, that's an Edomite. You can't judge a book by its cover. Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. From what I perceive or what I judged, this is an Israelite. Again, from what she said and what I looked up. This woman is an Israelite. She's a cake not turned, man. What does that mean? She's going to be white. She gonna be she gonna be light. Okay, and right here, she look like Edomite. And like going back to the mix, cause you don't know what his mother is or what his father's. You know what I'm saying? So that streak continues, man. That process continues, man. It only takes a certain amount of generations to basically change the complete appearance of the people. It only takes like what wait 1 or 3 generations to change the whole race appearance of people. This is another tab that I just landed on for some reason, but I'm reading anyway. This is James 1:1. It says James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahweh Shai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, and to this day we are scattered abroad. Okay, diaspora. Yeah, then you got Philae, scattered abroad, diaspora. The scattering of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. Again, Ephraim, he had mixed himself among foreign nations or people. Okay, Ephraim is a cake not turned. Let me see something. So basically like this, especially if you just cook it for just a little bit of time, it's gonna be light. It's like a pancake. On one side, when you on the side it's being heated on, it's turning dark, but on the other side of it, it's still white or light, or it's not darkened. Okay, just like Israelites, just like comparing Ephraim, and we all know how Ephraim get down, man. We all know that they love, or we should know that they love other nations, man, especially the white woman. Okay, I know brothers in my camp can attest to it. I know brothers everywhere can attest to it. I know their family can attest to it, etc. Man, Jake, especially in this case, we talking about Ephraim. They stay with a white woman, man. Okay, and that's prophecy. That's a major prophecy. Strangers had devoured his strength. Who was that? Esau. And he know. I just said that he knoweth it, and he knoweth it not. I was just talking about how Jake don't know. They don't have the knowledge, man. And they don't care to know. That's why again they call themselves Spanish. They call themselves Portuguese because they don't know. Even though they clearly destroyed you, yet you worship them. Gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth not. It's the same shit, you know. And you know, they got gray white hair, man. I don't have to go all deep into this, man. Looking up like every little image, like just dealing with this. Like I don't have to go into every little image. I don't have to look at 1,627 posts. I don't gotta do that. Again, this is a woman like you would have never expected it, man. This is a Israelite woman. I think that's a pops right there. Yeah, that's the family. And again, I yo see Jay all the time looking like this guy, man. In the hood too. You got man. We can go on for days, man. We can go on for days, but I'm just end it there, man. All right, I'm gonna just end it there, man. Bro, you can't tell me that's a white guy, man. I don't give a damn how light this nigga is. That look like a nigga, a Puerto Rican nigga. And then you got Israelites that wasn't raised like a typical, Israelite. Like, for example, going back to what I was saying about my testimony, the woman that basically I found out she was I forget what, I think she's Naphtali or Zebulon, one of those. But anyway, they moved to the Americas, right? And guess what? The way that father had it, they didn't learn, or they didn't act like if they were Israelites. They acted like they were Edomites when they came to the Americas. You see what I'm saying? Just like Jake today. Like come on, man. It's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. It's all over, man. When she came to the Americas, they had it to where they basically lived like Edomites. According to the fashion of Esau, that's how he lived, man. So me basically, being around her and shit, and her mother, again, her mother was an Edomite that married an Israelite. Uh, Again, like I was saying, he had mixed himself among the people. Okay, he was a so-called Latino that had sex with a white woman, and they had children. Then you got she has a sister. She looks like an Israelite, but she doesn't. She came out looking like the mother. And the other sister, she's looking like she came from her father's side. And then she showed me more pictures of her family. Again, more proof showing me that she's Latina. She not a white woman, but she was telling me how she grew up. She basically, her dad was like, "Look, this is how we gonna be. Okay, we gonna be like Edomites." And I'm pretty sure she put on her birth certificate. I mean, not on her applications that she's white. Yada yada yada. They play that role, man. And again, going back to what I said earlier, that Jake overpassed or surpassed the deeds of the wicked. So if Jake gonna do something, they gonna do it at the very top level, man. Okay? They gonna act like they gonna overact Esau, man. And you see that, and Esau don't respect that shit either, man. That's why our nation not respecting now. That's why you got guys that look like this, man. This is what Esau wants us to be, but at the same time, he don't like that shit, because Esau knows he's supposed to be ruled over, man. Jake ain't supposed to be looking like this, man. If you ever seen his show, man, he's like what the fuck? This shit is demonic. This is witchcraft. Like what the fuck are they talking about on this damn show, man? They literally talking about nothing. That's why it says folly is set in great dignity, and on top of that, it's just lies, man. Like what? Like who is that? Like anyway, that's the end of the video. You know, going back to this picture blew my mind right here too. Where's it at? You got two Morales. One that again the compare and contrast. You got the dark. You got the ones that's going to look like Israelites, and you got the ones that's not going to look like Israelites, man. Okay. So with that, I got more scripture, but the point was made. Hopefully this is edifying. Hopefully, seriously, hopefully it's edifying. Until next time, say shalom.